Um, but yeah, so okay, now we're live, and I'm just gonna edit the shit after this. But yeah, so what I do, we always go live like this, raw and unedited, to let people know this is how you put shit together. This is what it looks like to build a show out, and then we edit clips later. So I do like an intro and an outro every time, and people kind of see how we, like me and her used to work out loud on these things and talk about it and fuck up and start over. We do it every time. Trust me.
I mean, it's. I can tell it's definitely come a long way because I mean, you and I have done 4 or 5 hour fucking talks.
Live.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The live stream. So yeah, absolutely. I remember those days.
Fucking A.
Like it's 2 a.m. We gotta.
Yeah, we gotta work. But yeah, man. So guys, we got Ronnie from Read My Lips in the house. He's been MIA for a COVID minute.
COVID minute.
And now he is back. Welcome to the Trickle Up, Ronnie. We've missed you. What you been up to, man?
Oh man. Well, first and foremost, I can't see any comments, so I want to make sure I see what people are saying. I don't know. Is it on my end?
Let me see if I can share.
I gotta log in.
No, I gotta go to the options. That's on my end. Oh, you can't. Okay, on your right side.
Yep.
I'll put down over here. It says private chat.
Yep.
And as people come in, the comments will come there.
Gotcha.
As they come in. Yep. So people are jumping in right now. Cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, guys. Oh, let me also put this here so people can see. There it is. That'll work. Read my lips. But yeah, man, I know you had to kind of step away a little bit, and you had to, kind of double back around and say, okay, what's going on? Like I think you had to reassess your priorities to live.
Well, I mean, I was still very active when COVID first hit, or when it was announced that it was a thing. I call that the Joe Exotic days. You remember those days?
Oh, wow.
And so I was actually, because I had nothing else to do, I was incredibly active. Like I was making animations and everything. Like it was crazy. But my place of work was closed for about 3 months. So once we reopened, it was crazy. It was crazy because you didn't know what was coming next. They're like, all right, we're going to look out. You'll have healthcare for this month. Next month, you're on your own. And then like that month to come, like, okay, we'll give you this month too. But next month, like it ain't, and then it was just crazy. So yeah, I was very active during that time. But then once we started going back to work and getting in the thick of it, I couldn't. Like I was like, I'd come home, it'd be like 12, 13-hour work days, come home, fall asleep in the chair. Like I couldn't keep up with I could keep up with the news, but I couldn't keep up with getting it out fast enough before the next thing was being talked about. Because if you remember that time, it was a lot of, we went through a whole era of Trump, but there was a lot of Trump stuff going on, and I couldn't keep up, and I was physically exhausted, so I had to step away. Yeah. I always wanted to come back. And I'm not. You're probably not familiar. Maybe you are. He's got like over 1 million subscribers. Dame Drops. He just got a show on Netflix. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he huge foodie YouTuber. He actually came into my job to visit me, and he yelled at me because he was the one that gave me the idea for the name Read My Lips. Like that was okay. And he came in, he was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you have to keep going. And I was like, man, I'm tired. I don't give a fuck. Like you be tired. Like this is what you love, this is what you do. Get back into it. And so I was like, you know what? You're right. And so I hopped back into it, and I was welcomed. I didn't know how people would react. Like it was like 7 months, and I was welcomed with open arms. Like people in the comment section again, people talking. And YouTube recognized it immediately, and it's just like it was like I always say, back like we never left. It was literally back like I never left.
Well, I watched your first video. You said back. Well, I can't say that,
Yeah, man. But I appreciate everyone, showing the love and still, you know, accepting me and not being like, where the hell you been? Like, and I didn't plan it this way, but I came back like right in the middle of the mayoral race, and it was quite interesting.
Yeah, dude. I was really hoping. Whoops, go ahead.
Our kind of people are very welcoming and very.
Yes.
We all know what it's like to burn out. Most of us live in the hustle zone, right?
Yeah.
So we know what it's like. And I'm just happy that you're back, because every time somebody comes back, that U-shaped hole in the movement gets filled back in.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and while you've been gone, man, we've been hustling. We're on TikTok now, getting some people. We got some people in the comment section here. Aggressively liberal, good people. Of course, Cheyenne. We call her Shy the producer. Her and this guy Matt. His channel is called Mute the Media. They're 100% aligned. You know what I'm saying? And so she's producer Shy, and she's taking over Thursdays for us. So her and Matt are just taking it. They're gonna create their own little spot on Thursdays. This is me and Mia have been doing Sundays for a year, Mia? You think?
Oh gosh, gotta be close now.
Yeah.
Gotta be close.
We got Hot Sauce Leftist here, another TikTok guy. Great people. And Elizabeth's she's an old one. She's been here since day one for me as a Michigan person. She's from Michigan.
Yes, yes. She definitely frequents my videos. She's awesome.
Yes, she's Yang Gang from. Let me, whoops, where to go? Then there's Carnage, man. She's no joke too. So we got some really good, consistent people that are just always here. That's right. Elizabeth's always in the house, man.
These names, I'm digging these names. Aggressively liberal, Hot Sauce, Carnage. There's some dope names. Like,
Dude, wait till you meet Matt from Mute the Media. I'm telling you, you're gonna dig his style. He's like a firebrand political activist. And so like his whole background is like his dad's from Iran, and his dad's dead if he goes back type of background. Like he can't go back.
Some real shit.
Yeah. Well, live some real experiences, But we've got this huge collection now of people that now we're gonna really double down on this content and be consistent, man. Just bang, 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 and knock this shit out. And then now we got to double back around. So that's what I want to talk to you about. How do you feel about the movement today, July 4th? How do you feel about this whole UBI movement, Yang Gang, Andrew Yang's out? How do you see this thing moving forward?
Oh man, so two things. So I dropped a video called "Even If Yang Is Out, UBI Is In," right? And I can tell who watched it and who just saw the thumbnail and was like, "Yang's not out," right? And I started like this thread. If you go to the thread where I posted it on Twitter, like Nell Nieves is in there. Like there's a whole bunch of people talking, and I didn't know it was gonna get that much commotion, but they're like going back and forth about it. But I don't think Yang is out, right? I think he might even said something on Yang Speaks,
right? But
I was just saying hypothetically, if Yang were to be like, "I'm tapping out, I'm done," or he couldn't recover from this loss, he's done his job as far as bringing UBI to the limelight. He shifted the Overton window, and he got farther with it than anybody else has running at that high of an office. UBI is nothing new in a short amount of time. Again, in the video, I explained UBI is not new. People have talked about it, especially in the African American communities. And he brought it to the forefront again. And even if he was out, it's going to be weird seeing a politician come in and not in some way, shape, or form mention some sort of UBI for the people. And I mean, look at California's doing it. There's a lot of people doing a lot of tests. Mayors are on board. So he did what he needed to do.
Well, you even have a conservative mayoral candidate named Sliwa who's running with a new policy called ACE UBI. It's not a UBI, but he's still using the verbiage.
Well, that's okay. That's what my next video is about. I won't go too much into it here. Yeah, because
turn on notification bells.
Turn on the notification bells because I'm not finished editing it. But to make a long story short, he's asking the Yang Gang to vote for him. Like, all the Yang Gang who feel hurt and left out because of what happened to Andrew Yang, come vote for me. So I find it very interesting. So even when Yang, crashes and burns, let's say, they're still on his ass. Like, no, Yang, come here. Like, I just think it's very interesting. They treated him like the front runner during that entire race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even when he wasn't, they still shit on him.
Yeah, they let him out the Yang, though, right?
Enlighten me.
Well, we have the most active people. Like, our volunteers actually volunteer. A lot of the other things when we were doing phone banking and such and all that during the campaign seasons, the other candidates would be like, getting the Yang Gang bump isn't really about Yang or the media. It's about all of a sudden you've got people willing to knock on doors for you, people who have the energy and want to change something actively. Mm-hmm. And that was what got people going, you know what? That's what we want from them. So even if we never busted past 10% in any polls, the power of a small amount of people to get things done, if they're actually doing something, is extreme.
Right.
And it's not the first time, politicians have wanted to, I guess, use the Yang Gang, like when harness our energy. I think it happened with the Sanders campaign. They were like, oh, come. And now it's happening with, Curtis. His name's Curtis, right?
Yep. Curtis.
Yeah, it's happening with him. He wants come. Like, it's very interesting how they shit on Yang, but then they want the energy of the Yang Gang on their side. Now, you did ask me, what do I think about the current status of the Yang Gang?
Next?
Having left, the YouTube scenario and then coming back to a whole bunch of different faces, right? A whole bunch of new faces. During my time, Mia, you were very active. Obviously, Boyce, you were active, but I think it started off with Kai, right? Like Kai sort of disappeared, and then slowly, what we would call OG Yang Gang has essentially disappeared. So when I come back, they're really not there. I mean, they're there, but they're not there. So now it takes some adjusting, but the fact that hashtag Yang Gang is still a thing and just as strong as ever overall makes me feel good.
Yeah. Well, they're Russell and his wife had to double back around and kind of figure things out, and they're doing the locker storage thing they're doing. And I dig that. They're trying to they're hustling, man.
I mean, you were part of the tweet, but Russell wants to do a thing every Sunday or something with me too, like an hour. He said 4 hours. I'm like, I can't do 4 hours, dude. But we can do an hour long, kind of chat. Every time him and I have spoken together, it's always been good. A lot of people come in, comment, and it's just it's always good synergy. So
Russell's just positive people,
Yes.
But then, like you said, Kai, just so you guys know, he's actually on TikTok and YouTube killing it. He's just not covering politics. He's covering Gen Z bullshit news stuff.
Isn't he in a YouTube house or a TikTok house or something like that?
Yeah, it's called The Sync.
Okay.
SINC. On TikTok, they got 3 million followers.
That's insane.
They got over 100-something thousand on YouTube alone just within weeks.
Is TikTok house a thing? Is this something I'm not aware of? Are there houses set up where people just do TikTok?
Yeah.
Correct.
So there's 4 guys. There's 3 him. These other 2 guys are the main characters on the screen on camera. There's other people in the background doing the editing, all that kind of stuff. There's a team of people, 6 or 7 guys. They all rent this big ass house in LA, and they're making money on TikTok and YouTube. So they use that stuff to pay themselves to live there.
I was a kid at the wrong time.
I mean, these things have existed for a while. Well, not the TikTok
crack
houses,
they call them.
Crack house. You should call them crack houses.
No, trap.
Oh,
trap. Crack house has been around since 1980.
Guys in a crack house. No, but the YouTube houses have been around for a long time, and the YouTubers who went over to Facebook sketches, right? They make their living off of Facebook sketches. They have Facebook houses, so it was only inevitable that TikTok did the same thing.
Yeah, there's a Trump house bullshit, conservatives house thing too. A bunch of little fucking losers.
Oh, Jesus.
I could not live in that house.
Could you imagine that house? Could you
Doing
imagine?
on conspiracies and stop the steal, pay your
I say
bill.
we infiltrate. I would infiltrate that house.
Blech.
I would infiltrate.
I
The
think
footage would be amazing.
they would catch you pretty quick, I think.
Like, boy, are you lost? Oh man.
Hey, no, I'd have an easier time infiltrating because I look the part. I just gotta grow my beard out a little more and put my full fatigue on or something and say, that's some bullshit, you know. That's right.
Oh man.
Just spend the whole entire time quoting Mater from Cars. You'll be fine.
Jesus, so Mater. But yeah, I kind of see like now I think that, like you said, Yang is out. Face the facts, people. Yang is out. He is not in politics right now. He's not running for office. He's a citizen of the United States, just like the rest of us. He just got clout.
He just got clout.
And he'll never have another moments of peace or privacy because of what he's done.
The bigger question is he out for good?
Nah.
Exactly.
He's not out. But he is right now. So we can't just sit on our fucking hands, right?
Right.
So we got to move it forward without him, you know, despite the results. But I think we have candidates that we can double down on now. Erica Rhodes, Reverend Wendy Hamilton. I say Martin. Reverend Wendy Hamilton in Washington, D.C. I'm actually interviewing a young lady in Vegas tomorrow. Her name's Sarah Ashton Cirillo. She's running with a UBI and her platform, but it doesn't really matter for city council per se, but still she supports the idea of it. Mm-hmm. She's a first transgender candidate in Vegas for city council. Man, it's gonna be pretty cool. And you have Alan Ellison. He's running against Marco Rubio.
Oh, low boy Marco.
Yep. So I'll be interviewing him next Tuesday. And then there's a few more candidates I'm trying to find that are really progressive candidates that are. There's a guy who's running against Marjorie Taylor Greene in Georgia. What is his name? I've reached out to him too. I can't remember his name. But he's a black guy with a huge cowboy 10-gallon bucket hat on, right? Country dude. And he walks up in the America First rally, and they kick him out.
Was it the hat?
No, they knew that he's a candidate. Well,
I'm sure it was the hat. It was absolutely the hat.
We can't see around your GD hat, you son of a bitch.
Let me just say how proud I am of Erica.
Oh,
man, she's the
real
boss. Deal. Because I remember how active she was. Obviously, when Yang was running for president, how boisterous she was. I love how opinionated she was, and she said like she was gonna run, and she did it. Like a lot of people say, I'm gonna do this, and it never falls through, but she did it. But
not just run, meet some fundraising goals.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, Griswold. Marcus Flowers is the one running in Georgia against Marjorie Taylor Greene's goofy ass.
I've been phone banking for her Wednesdays. I've missed 2 Wednesdays out of the entire time she's been doing it, but yeah, it's
for Erica.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Look at you,
guys.
I love her. Yep. So great. I've been hooked on her since the security guard video.
Oh yeah.
Guys, I've actually already emailed her campaign manager and her social media team. I'm trying.
Bro, if you get Nina Turner, what? Bro.
You know what generally tends to work? You guys could always, if you want Nina Turner on, write to Nina Turner's team and ask her to come on the low. It works. It works.
If I get Nina Turner, I'm not doing it on my own channel, guys.
Whose channel are you going to do it on?
Right here on the Trickle Up.
On the Trickle Up, okay.
Because the idea is I want people like her to come on here, then we can interview her. She has a new infrastructure, a new vein in her, on her, her cardio system. A new vein has been developed of us.
Right.
And say, hey, we got about a dozen people I can hook you up with right fucking now. And we can schedule that shit out to do 2 weeks of content every single day on the Trickle Up. Of I interview her, you interview her, Zach, Matt interviews her. We can have fucking whoever. Matt from Mute the Media. Who else we got?
Aggressively Liberal says he can stop by your office.
Dude.
He said, I'll just pop in. I'll just do a pop-up.
Yeah, man. I'm a huge fan of her. I'd love to have her and Killer Mike on at the same time. That would just make my fucking life. That's one of my life goals, is to interview Killer Mike. I'm a huge fan of Killer Mike. I actually got one of his shirts that says "Just Money." It's a dollar bill. It says "Slave Master" on it. As a matter of fact, wait a minute. It's the only.
Wait a minute. You're not really at the White House?
Look at this. That's my shirt.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So I'm not at the White House. I'm in Michigan, where all the crazy militiamen are.
I'm not in a magical purple forest.
I swore. So you're not in Narnia. You guys been lying to me this whole time.
But yeah, man, I am a huge fan of her because she has the thickest backbone. She's the most sturdiest person you'll see when it comes to just policy. She's like, fuck all the bullshit. I'm coming for your necks.
And I think they realized that because there's been a coalition. They were like, yo, wait a minute.
That
she might be a problem. Yeah, they said it out loud. They're like,
oh, yes,
we're gonna put all our money together to stop her. Like usually you don't say the quiet part out loud unless you're like Trump.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, we're gonna put all our money together to stop her.
Yeah, the same people that hate Bernie hate her ass too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For the same reasons, man. And I love to see Nina Turner come in there. You know what happens? She comes to Congress, she takes over the squad. Period. She'll say, "Bitches, get in line or get out of the fucking way."
Honestly, I think that she and AOC have some alliance already from the Bernie time, so it's quite likely she comes in, takes over the squad, and there's no argument about it. They probably be like, "Oh, it's Nina."
They need that. I was listening to a Kyle Kalinske segment, and he was kind of getting on AOC, right? Because she kind of verbally came out and said, she's like, "Well, I'm really not gonna like hold Biden's feet to the fire," or anything. She, in so many words, she said that, right?
Yeah.
And she was part of the Justice Democrats, which originally Kyle Kalinske was, and Cenk Uygur as well.
Yep.
And so she's kind of veered off the chosen path, let's say a little bit. I think she really means well. I do think she's what you would call a progressive.
Yeah.
But she's playing ball a little more than what they intended, I guess. And I think Nina, what Kyle said is, she's right on the policies, but I don't know if she's necessarily there yet as far as like that in your face. What you're talking about? Yes. And Nina would go in there and she wouldn't play that shit.
Right.
And I think you're right. They would get shit done. She'd hold their feet to the fire.
You think of all the women of color specifically and candidates of color specifically. Women and people of color winning office in this last go around was significant.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's going to be even better. We have Reverend Wendy Hamilton and Erica fucking Rose and Alan Ellison and Marcus Flowers. Oh yeah. Don't forget about shit. What's the lady's name that she's from Missouri? Oh man, I feel horrible. She is the best.
The comment section is going to know. Give it 5 minutes.
Give it 2 minutes. These guys are on that shit. But Jamal Bowman,
right?
He's huge. And the lady from Missouri, guys, please help me. God dang it, it's gonna drive me nuts. She went from single mother on public assistance to the leader of the Black Lives Matter chapter of Missouri to Congress. Think about that.
Which makes me it's not about me, but I'm going to circle it back around to me. Look at what you just said and look at what she did, right? So what fucking excuse do I have, even though I'm working all these fucking hours, to abandon this, right? There is no excuse. Cori Bush.
Yeah,
I knew you got to be on it.
And that's the thing, though. Like, when I get sick and tired, like me and Mia, we've missed one or two here and there, and I feel super guilty every time, but sometimes life happens, man. and it just is what it is.
Yep.
And it's like, but that guilt is from a good place,
Right.
because I don't want to leave this world knowing that I could have done more.
Right.
So I'm gonna do it all. And my kids are older; they barely around. So, and my girlfriend understands my life as far as like my life before she came in it, and now she's in it. She understands that I have these priorities.
It's good that you have that.
Yeah. Oh man, hey, I'm one lucky guy. Let me tell you. Because like yesterday, I said I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching my computer. I'm not doing nothing. It's just me and you today. Let's do this shit. We just had a great day. You know what I'm saying? But then today I was like, all right, it's 4:00. I gotta get to work.
Gotta do some shit.
And she's like, what are you gonna do? I was like, I got video edited. I'm trying to make a short film about my time in New York City. I got to make this thumbnail for tonight. Got to touch base with Ronnie and Mia. Got to make a Google, make sure Google Drive's going. You know what I'm saying? Like, get everything ready for tonight.
Yep.
And upload to the web page. I'm actually selling merch soon. I got to change the PayPal over to a business one. I don't know how to do that.
Yes.
So all these different things.
It's easy. It's easy to do.
Well, that's the easy part, honestly. But like, I have a bank account that's a business bank account for the LLC. But then I got to making an online store on the Trickle Up's website is another, skill set that I had to learn this weekend. I've been doing some research on that. I think I got about figured out. Now I just got to go to my bank and get all the necessary information. But like, we're going to do some shit like that. So I want to be able to help everyone make gear without going to Etsy or whoever and paying their fees. Ain't gonna be no fees. Just come here. I got a what do you call that? Supply chain already set up, and we're good, man. And
I remember when you this is you guys have been doing this for a while. So you gotta remember I was gone for
Trickle
Up hat. You gotta remember I was gone for 7 months. So before I was gone, I remember the very early stages of the Trickle Up. When you were running the ideas, I think it was like you were telling people on Facebook too. There was like Facebook messages going back and forth too,
trying to get it out. Yeah,
it's man, you guys have taken it a long way, and it does me. I'm very happy to see that you didn't let it go by the wayside.
Hell no, I'm no fucking quitter. Shit.
Good shit, bro.
But like,
and I just do whatever people ask me to without.
Yeah, Mia's the glue, man. She's the nuts and bolts. Like her and producer, I call it producer shy because she gets the little dirty things done behind the scenes a day of, like, because before it was just me and Mia doing Monday, Thursdays. And we've tried a couple of things that just didn't work, a couple different styles, and said, fuck it. We'll just do it on Twitter DMs, like we'll just do it that way. It's just the easiest way, some trials and errors, but I've had people like Roberto Blake reach out to me and help me level up my skill sets with editing and with thumbnails. And
okay, let me pause you there. So me being a YouTuber, I'm like, I guess I'm a YouTuber now. I've watched Roberto Blake's videos. Okay. Right. I had no idea he knew anything about Andrew Yang or had any, this was now, I think like 2 years ago now. And so obviously, what the YouTube studio looks like. You see when you get a comment, you can go and check it out. I try to check out every comment. So then I see a comment from Roberto Blake in the comment section. I'm like, that's weird. This guy's got the same name as that guy that I watched that helps you with building up your channel.
Yeah.
And then it was like, how-to videos with like hundreds of thousands of views, some of them. And so like the comments kept coming. So then I went and I was like, are you like Roberto Blake? And it was like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, wait a minute. And then obviously I saw he was it was for Yang. And if you can set up somehow for me to talk to Roberto Blake, I really want to talk. I really want to chat with him.
Oh, sure.
If you can make that happen. But that was mind blowing to me. I had no idea. It took me a while to make the connection.
Yeah.
Good. Seems like a good guy from what I could see.
Oh yeah, dude. He gave me a really, really good crash course. The thing is, I liked is he critiqued me. I like that. I like honest critiques.
Correct. Yep.
He's very blunt, and I like it. You know, he's like, you know, your thumbnails, 1 being dog shit, 5 is what I do. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, yours is a 2. I'm like, hey, I'm not dog shit. Awesome.
It's not.
You know? And he's like, all right, I like your attitude. You didn't get defensive. That's cool. He goes, so I want to get you to a solid 4. I was like, I'll take it. You know,
and your thumbnails have improved.
Oh yeah,
they've improved vastly.
Much better. They are much. You guys go back through the thing, you'll see this drastic change.
Yeah, they've changed and improved quite a bit.
But there's people out there like that just want to help everybody come up for nothing. Just so you guys know, you go to Roberto Blake's website.
You gotta pay for that stuff.
Big bucks.
That critique he just gave you, people pay for. Like I've been this close to paying for that critique, right? So the fact that you got it, that's dope.
You know, there's people like that. So we need to keep, you know, gathering great people together. That's what I think the Trickle Up's all about, is getting people together and working together, and we can all cross promote. So hopefully all these guys on here from the YouTube and from TikTok can go check out your shit now that you're doing more. You're doing consistent stuff now too, you know?
Oh yeah,
so You've always been consistent.
I'm back.
Are you going to take a night with us?
What do you mean take a night with you guys? What does
that mean? Are you
going to
take a night with us? Are you going to do a news night with us? Can you do a news night a week with us?
Wait, hold on. Before I promised anything like that, I promised Russell, right? Yeah. Yes. So once me and Russell figure out what day, I said Sunday. I don't know if he's down for Sunday. Once me and Russell figure out once a week what night we're gonna do it, then I can make other commitments.
Yeah. No, we always do Sunday 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm trying to build out to like find someone, a group of people, a pair that can do Wednesdays and Tuesdays. We're gonna try and be 5 to 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to replace that void that the Hill left. You know, when Sagar and Crystal left.
And don't even get me started in that drama. Like there's the Jimmy Dore drama right now with Kyle Kalinske, and then
I'm a huge fan of Kyle Kalinske, but I
love Kyle Kalinske. Even if I don't agree all the time with everything he says, when I first was like really, really like, okay, I'm gonna do this political shit. I think, and it was like a lot of people's like cherry. I don't know if that's politically correct to say, but it was TYT for a lot of people. And TYT back in the day was a different entity, right? And then people sort of came off of TYT and then like went to Kyle Kalinske. It was more palatable, right? And then from there, I learned to listen to everybody, even people I disagree with. Like I can sit here and listen to a Ben Shapiro fucking an hour of, I'll chew the meat and spit out the bones. Maybe I'll get one thing from it. So I love
Kyle. Just so you guys know, Kyle Kalinske is the host of Secular Talk on YouTube. He has some great videos. This dude's been doing it since he's 15 years old. He started his YouTube channel at 15.
I still remember the video that went viral, and it was never over from there. It was the time George Bush accidentally told the truth. It like got like 1.5 million or something like that, and it just didn't stop from there.
That's how you get viral, all right.
That's how the time George Bush accidentally told the truth, and it just took off from there.
Well, and that's the thing, man. So people like those people got finances behind them. They got paid staff. You know, we're just volunteers making shit happen, right? And that's all we got to do. And just like with Kyle, I don't agree with everything he says, but at least he explains his rationale. And he kind of says, this is why I think the way it is. And that's okay with me.
Yep. 100%.
Same reason why I think he's one of the biggest supporters of UBI now.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. And when Yang, and this is when Yang was running for president, like, and I talked to Paget about this. We did a live stream together. We were very protective of Yang. We coddled him. So if he got the smallest, even the tiniest of like criticism, we would come for their neck, right?
Claws out.
Claws out. So
Yeah.
Kyle, almost the entire time, even back then, was for UBI. He just didn't want Yang for president. He wanted Bernie Sanders. But he was always in favor of UBI, and he was in favor of, the legalization of drugs up to what Yang wanted.
Everything.
Bernie wasn't everything,
right?
Bernie wasn't for everything. Yang was, and Kyle agreed with him on that. And so people would attack Kyle because he wouldn't, necessarily jump on Yang's side. But I was like, that's fine. But look what he does agree with. Like, he's not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, he's just not a bad merchant. Like, he's not a bad faith actor. Like, he really,
UBI's in his top 3 now, right? Like, he
three.
up during it because of Yang. So
exactly,
he's a listener. He may not always agree with everything or have the same ideas as you, but he'll listen and he'll learn.
And I respect that.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like, he knows who's buttered his bread. Fucking Bernie Bros buttered that bread. And I understand that's why AOC called it a Trojan horse. She owes Bernie her career. Let's be real.
Correct.
I made a video about that. It's like, guys, man, put yourself in her shoes. What's she gonna do? Shit on the Godfather to go? No, bro.
No.
Yang ain't polling above 5%. It doesn't help her politically. It's not a good move on her part.
And when Yang dropped out, she started giving credit to Mayor Tubbs for introducing her to UBI.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
I covered the video where she was calling UBI regressive, and that video performed very well. Back then, I guess it was crazy. Back then, videos were getting like 15K a pop. It was ridiculous. The economy also has changed. She was never really favorable towards Yang. I actually covered a video maybe 3 weeks ago about
who's this?
AOC.
Oh, AOC, yeah.
Yep. Her and Yang, they just don't. Well, I don't want to say her and Yang. Her towards Yang, I don't think she's ever gonna be in the same boat as him for whatever reason.
No,
it's not gonna happen.
It's just whatever it is. But guess what? I know they can work together. If they're both in office, I know they'd work together to get good policies. I got no problem with AOC, and I know why she called a Trojan horse. I get it. I know she's wrong, but I also understand why she did it, because she had to kiss the ring of the Bernie wing, period. That's her bread and butter. Yep. So guys, don't take it personally, man. Relax. This is a long game. This shit is a long game, man.
And she has come around on UBI. That's something else to note as well.
Yes.
It was a positioning for Bernie. Afterwards, she walked it back, said, well, it's not a Trojan horse if you're being careful about making sure that the welfare is still in place. And that's what my problem was in the first place, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So,
she had to walk that
she's
back.
pro UBI now.
Well, the thing is, they have to attack him when he's a threat. That's politics. If you guys can't handle that, you're in the wrong fucking game.
Right.
If you can't handle the criticism, you're in the wrong fucking game, man.
And it's just dirty. The politics.
And trust me, guys, if I run in 2022 or 2024 in Michigan, for Michigan State, trust me, it's gonna get nasty. Because I give them all kinds of I give them so much clickbait that they want to, take a video of mine and they can make me say anything they want. I run my mouth for 2 years plus.
They're gonna splice shit together. You're gonna be like, I don't remember saying that. They're gonna splice.
But the nice thing is, my beard would be different lengths when I'm saying
different positions. Like, it's gonna be hilarious.
But you know what I'm saying? So like, I respect the game. I understand it. I don't like the results. It is what it is, man. But it's a long game. And like I said, so now that Yang is out, and I like your title. That's a good title. It's a smart title. Same reason Kyle Kalinske said George Bush said the truth. Same reason you said Yang out. That drew an eye. Like, what the fuck? And people get their swords and their shields out. Like,
they were
war in the comment section.
Oh, they were. Well, no, the people that watched it, nothing but positivity. They get it. The people that just saw the thumbnail, left the comment, and then left.
Talk shit. Talk their shit.
That's funny.
But yeah, I think that now we're here. Now we know we still have some energy it's dwindling. If we don't refocus it, that energy dies off. So we have to find a new focus. I think it's Erica. I think it's Reverend Wendy. I think it's people like Alan Ellison. I think it's people that are challenging shitty politicians, specifically in the Senate and Congress. But again, guys, the state matters. State politics, county politics, good policies need to trickle up.
Really at every level.
Yes,
at every level.
Congress, you got to start county, city, county, state.
That's
Federal.
how you get shit done. To be honest, when you do it at the state levels and when at the smaller levels, that's how you actually get the shit done.
I've really considered whether or not I should myself or not run for something. My biggest concern, though, is I've got my son, Tristan. He's autistic. I've had CPS called on me a few times because of incidents from him self-harming or from misunderstandings. Yeah. I know that shit will get picked apart if I run for anything. And I don't want to put my family through that shit. So
because people are ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never ever in my life, besides maybe religion, seen anything tear people apart so badly before. Like there was a time where people, like, if you were approaching someone and you wanted to talk to them, like, wait. You didn't vote for that guy. Did you? Oh, yeah, okay. We can actually, like. It was bad. And then if you even just look at the Eric Adams Yang situation, like, it got ugly. It got pretty ugly.
Oh man, trust me, I got cussed at, yelled at, told to fuck off on the street corner, like trying to hand out literature. Man, fuck off.
Right.
I was like, well, fucking howdy do, like whatever. And I was like out there sweating my ass off in the sun for like 3 damn hours straight, no shade, and it was rough, man. I ain't gonna lie, I got a tan, let me tell you.
It can be incredibly divisive.
Yeah, and I'm just like handing out literature, asking. So right outside a point, hey, you guys vote yet? You vote yet? He goes, yeah, I voted. I was like, I hope you rank gay. He goes, man, fuck no. I'm like, okay, okay, relax. I didn't ask for your first child.
Sounds like you threw up a set.
Yeah, man, for real.
Oh man,
set tripping is what it is.
He's set tripping over here.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, it is ugly. But I think as long as we are open-minded and we don't play by their rules, we can get somewhere. Mm-hmm. We don't have to play by those same stupid stale rules of the in-group, out-group. We've got to be more open, just like Sliwa. He knows that. He's not stupid.
Right.
He knows there's Yang Gang that come from a conservative background. And guys, go read his policies. If you're a New Yorker, go read his policies. Some of them are actually better than fucking Adams would ever dream of, that dumb motherfucker. He's like, he's a fucking cop. Shit.
Okay. Here's the thing. I think
guy.
you saw you saw some tidbits in there from Twitter when I was talking about, when Yang being out. There were some people in the section on Twitter saying like, no, let's vote blue no matter what.
Fuck that.
Did you see that they're going back and forths? I'm voting blue no matter what. And some people are like, well, if you got a Republican and he's got the right policy, no, I'm voting blue no matter what. It was, it got a little crazy. It got a little crazy. Man.
And that's a lot less important for a mayoral campaign than it is for the Senate too. Like when it was Congress, when it was about having to break the filibuster, then blue no matter who makes at least some sense strategically. For a mayoral race,
right.
But here's the thing I do like about the idea of Sliwa getting in, because his shitty policies that I don't agree with don't got a chance in fucking hell. You know what I'm saying? He don't got a chance in hell. Just like if Bernie won president, half his shit ain't gonna fly because the Congress ain't gonna let it go.
No, he would be blocked at every.
Right.
The difference is he would actually try. All right. It came down to a matter of principle. Yeah, he would try. It's not going to get through versus a Biden who wasn't even going to try.
Still ain't trying on half the stuff.
He still ain't trying. As far as
I'm concerned, I'm pleasantly surprised, but thoroughly still disappointed.
That's where I am.
It's Biden. We knew what we were getting.
What the hell? I don't know what that means.
Trev, what set is that?
Trickle.
Tinkle buddies.
But yeah, so let's go ahead and let's jump into this first one because it is already almost damn near 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We've been bullshitting. So just so you know, I normally start off the segments now differently. I say, let's see if we can change some minds. I throw it to Mia. She brings up the article, and then we kind of give our own 2 cents. And at the end, ask for their reactions, and then we say, go read a fucking book, you know?
Okay.
Go read a fucking book. But yeah. All right. So the first we're going to talk about is the I-95 standoff versus the militia. I think it was outside of Boston, I believe it was.
Massachusetts.
That's up in your area there, Ronnie. Be careful.
Yeah.
The crazies are out. We live in Michigan, so we always got to be careful here. We got some of those people are from Michigan too, just so you know.
Jesus.
My people, they run deep around there, man. It's fucked up. But yeah, so all right, let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, guys, let's see if we can change some minds tonight. What do you got on the low for us today, Mia?
Well, tonight we're going to talk about a standoff in Massachusetts where a militia group known as the, let's see, what was it called again?
Rise of the Moors.
Rise of the Moors man, I messed that up. I give up. Starting over.
Fair enough.
Where am I? I'm going to move something here.
Okay. Oh, in the Google Drive, in the doc.
Yeah, that way.
I'm literally watching you do it in real time.
Yep. Normally I have them arranged the way I like them, but for some reason, it's just so freaking hot right now, man. I can't think straight. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about a standoff that happened in Massachusetts versus some militia known as the Rise of the Moors. The standoff began early on Saturday when a trooper stopped to offer assistance to vehicles on the side of the highway in the town of Wakefield, where the group was refueling. The group said they were traveling from Rhode Island to Maine for training. None of the men, who were dressed in military fatigues and body armor, had a license to carry firearms in Massachusetts. The trooper called for backup, and most of the group went into the nearby woods until they surrendered to a police tactical team just after 10 a.m. The standoff closed I-95 during the holiday weekend, and some residents were told to shelter in place. Massachusetts State Police said 11 people who were arrested following an hours-long standoff will be taken in, and the police say they call themselves a militia and follow sovereign citizens ideology, a subsect of a ideology known as Moorish sovereign ideology.
Yeah.
Which is complicated stuff.
Yeah. And it's also bullshit. So
what? You don't believe them?
No. Here's the thing. They claim to not adhere or believe in the governance positions, right? You can't govern us, but yet
Right.
You are a U.S. citizen. You have a social security number. You do pay taxes, and you're driving on our infrastructure.
No, they don't drive. They're traveling.
They don't for training. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like
we're traveling.
they're carrying weapons across state lines and not adhering to each individual state's licensure, which I think is bullshit. Personally, I think it should be a federal thing. It's done. But nonetheless, and the thing is, they pulled over on the side of the highway like a bunch of dumbasses to refuel. Pull off the highway like a normal person, you fucking moron. You're going to draw the attention of state troopers when you have guns and body armor on? Now, I'm not saying I'm against their ideas. I say it's a stupid way of implementing it. That's for damn sure. 15 cars pull over, and they all have fatigues and bulletproof vests and guns on them. It's going to draw some attention.
Were they
involved?
It was on the highway.
Yeah.
Was there like forests around?
Yeah. They actually ran.
So maybe they thought they couldn't be seen.
Oh boy.
All that camo, huh?
Yeah.
We'll be fine. They'll never spot us, guys. Little John Cena. Yeah, that's clearly not the sharpest knives in the drawer.
Well, and the thing is, I always want to tell you, be careful about the media narrative. The media narrative around this bullshit, right? So this is what the media is reporting. But the actual people on the ground were live streaming and saying, listen, guys, they're saying we're anti-government. We're not anti-government. We're not anti-police. We're not anti this and that. He goes, listen, we just want to have sovereign status. And we are just going up north for some training. They're psychopath militias. Let's be real.
Yes. Yes.
But,
100%.
and I know they're going to try and control their narrative too. So we got two different people trying to spin shit, so just be careful, consider the source. And always be skeptical of the U.S. government and the mainstream media, the corporately sponsored media. Because look what they said about David Koresh in Waco, Texas.
Look what they said about everything.
Yeah. Be specific, yes. But like
one interesting thing about this is an unusual crossover here. The Moorish sects don't usually go in with this sovereign citizen stuff or paramilitary thing. Mm-hmm. So they're an interesting cross section here, and it's different. It's different.
It has some racist, white supremacist roots in its origins, but yet most of the people or some of the people in this, I don't want to call it this formation, if you will, is also black men. So it makes you really scratch your head, like, kind of like the Proud Boys,
Well, since you say, you're giving me more faith that I might be able to infiltrate that Trump house.
There it is.
Listen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good footage.
But yeah. So but guys, it's the holiday. Can you imagine trying to drive and you go to I-95, one of the busiest highways along the Atlantic coastline, is shut down for how many hours? 11 hours, was it, Mia?
It only lasted until 10 a.m. It was 11 people who were arrested. It happened earlier in the morning, so it was only a few hours. But still,
I'd be super aggy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'd be super aggy still.
Ooh. I'd be hating on them bitches as I drove by. Man, fuck you,
If that happened in your community, I don't care how peaceful they say they are. You'd be freaked out about your kid in the school and a couple miles down the road. You'd be freaked out about the concert going on locally for 4th of July.
Yeah, where the hell are they going?
Mm-hmm. And it's over the holiday weekend.
Yeah, and it's just one of those weird little blips in the media. This is going to come and go. They're going to have a new shooting next week. And we'll forget all about this. But that's just the reality of it. But it was the July 4th weekend. I'm not sure if you can hear, but they're popping off around the lake where I'm at right now.
I can hear it back there. Yeah, man,
they're popping off, man. These are all Chicago people. Excuse me, these are Chicago people like keeping up with the Joneses. It's like they spent $1,200. I'll spend $1,250. You'll see. It's capitalism at its best. We just build something to blow it up. It just makes no sense to me. But it's typical, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Crystal here from Australia, one of our Aussie peeps. Yeah, man. Yeah, he said infiltrate for good footage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be in there. I think I know just what to say.
Trust me, guys.
My guy Nell, what's up?
Nell's in the house always. He's here. Yes.
Back like we never left, baby.
That's right. He knows them all. Yeah, trust me, guys. If Donald Trump brings a rally in Michigan, my ass will be there. Trust me. I got this new mount. And where's my damn camera at? I got a little Sony 4K camera that mounts on this bitch. And I bought me a strap for my shoulder. Bam. Crowd work. So I'll be there.
You'll be fine. I don't know how. I don't know. I'd have to watch a whole bunch of spy shit. I don't know how I'd get in, but I'd get in. Trust me.
I'm not sure how long they'll let me stay. You know what I mean?
Well, him and Bill O'Reilly, aren't they on tour? Trump and Bill O'Reilly are on tour, right? And I think tickets like for front row are like $1,500 a pop or some shit like that.
I'll talk to him outside. I ain't giving him no money. Dude, there's always a barbecue going on outside. There's a party outside, like a tailgate, always happening for the entire day leading up. These motherfuckers are in line. I just want to go out there and talk to those people. you know, and being like, so what y'all think? And let them.
I think Trump's still amazing. What do you guys think? They're like, oh yeah, he's still amazing. Get great footage. It'd be great.
Terrible thing, you know. Terrible.
I really won. I won. I really won.
I saw footage of the people leaving halfway through his speech, though, which is kind of awesome.
Really?
That's good.
Like half people just walking away, like, "Oh fuck, we've heard this speech before." You know, same old tired shit, man.
He's gonna run again in 2024.
No, he won't.
You don't think so?
Nope. His ass go be in court. I'm calling it right now. I've called it before. Donald J. Trump will die of a coronary fucking heart attack in court in the next decade. That's my call.
Just to be clear, FBI agents that are watching this, I have no part in this. Leave my black.
It was me. It was me, the white guy.
Jesus.
No, I really do think so. I think the stress is going to kill him. Cheeseburgers and Diet Coke, stress. It's not a good combination. And being a little overweight and just living off Adderall, allegedly.
Trickle here says you should print yourself up a press pass. And I was actually reading on.
I've done that. Yeah, we've done that.
Press passes are not some official thing. You can just print yourself one.
Now, what I did learn, though, like if you go to a certain event, like when I went to the debates, CNN was hosting the debate. They gave out press passes to go beyond this barrier. So you can make your own press pass. People kind of give you a little bit of they'll look your way a little bit, be like, oh, okay, cool. You're just here to record. Cool. But there's a point where that shit don't fly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, bitch, get out of here. That's no different than those stupid, like I don't have to take a COVID vaccine card, you know? This is a medical card. Yeah, bullshit, you know?
Right.
But they kind of work a little bit. People don't fuck with you as much. They might watch what they say around you. Who knows? But the big thing is, like, you can get away with a little bit of stuff. You can get away a little bit, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be making some lanyards and stuff with like the Trickle Up independent media lanyards and shit.
I gotta do that.
Yeah. Actually, a guy named Peter did that down. He went to Louisville, Kentucky during the riots, the Black Lives Matter protests, and then they had like some burning. Then the National Guard got called or whatever it was. And he had to get holed up in a church. Like he had to duck into a church because he's going to get his ass tore up.
Oh,
and
wow.
He made a lanyard that said Trickle Up Independent Media. And that way the cops didn't shoot him with rubber bullets and shit. And he said if they try to arrest him, say, listen, I'm here the media. I'm going to Trickle Up. Here's Boyce's number. And I told him, hey, I have an LLC. We're good. We have an LLC. Like we're legit to the IRS. Now we got to convince YouTube. Yeah. But yeah. So let's wrap this one up. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think about that? How do you feel about this whole narrative of them being anti this, anti that, blah 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 blah? And how do you feel about their writing their own narratives? Like, no, we're not anti-cop, anti-government, even though we reject every label of it. So whatever. And if you guys have more footage of that, or if you've seen, put the links in the comment section about this. Like, if there's more information, please give it to us. We'd love to know more about it. We want to be as close to accurate as we can. It's all bullshit narratives right now anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's just this is just a opinion piece, right?
Yeah.
And just a funny little moment in time here. July 4th in the United States, we have pretend weekend warriors driving up 94, gassing their fuel on the side of the road like a dummy.
Scaring the hell out of the locals.
Weekend warriors.
Exactly.
And it actually said too that there's people from Pennsylvania, Michigan, and shit. Where'd that go? Oh hell, I can't find it. It was in the article somewhere. But yeah, it says they're all from out of state. Not all of them, but some of them from out of state. Damn. But they are listed as what's it called? The Anti-Defamation League Center on Extremism said the sovereign citizens are rarely involved in paramilitary activity, but they also have a white supremacist background. So
That's
It's
never a
one
good thing.
Yeah, it's not. I've never seen a good spin on that one.
Not a good way to start.
Yeah, here exactly. Can't claim to be a sovereign citizen and then use public services like roads, schools, and hospitals.
Exactly. I don't know if you've ever watched audit videos, right? Audit videos where like usually you're auditing the police, right? But
Yeah.
And I've seen one that really like the police end up getting critiqued, and I've seen some where the police did an excellent job, right? And it was one where the guy was claiming to be a sovereign citizen. He got pulled over, and the officer's like, "You're driving. I need your license and registration." The guy's like, "Well, I'm not driving. I'm traveling." But like, no, you're using our public roads. You're using the transportation. You're using it. You're not a sovereign citizen. Like, cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
People play games, man. They play games. Which is typical. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about that in the comment section. While you're here, of course, get a video like, hit subscribe, ring that notification bells for alerts for upcoming videos. Go follow Ronnie at Read My Lips on YouTube for sure.
Read My Lips News and Politics.
That's right.
I think we have the same sub count. You and I, boys, have always had the same sub count. Like we grew at the exact same. Like it's just crazy how our channels. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I actually just did a video on my own channel, not Trickle, but on my own personal channel that lost me like 20 subs because they didn't like the fact that I supported critical race theory.
Oh,
so fuck you, racists.
Oh well,
shit.
That's a good thing to lose people.
I'm good with it. You fucking cowards.
That's a really good thing to lose people.
Yeah.
Critical race theory is incredibly important.
Well, it's just history.
What
history. Accurate history with no rosy-colored glasses on. Just it's the facts.
Good riddance is what I say, right?
Yeah, fuck them. Bye, racists. Didn't like you on my channel to begin with.
Right.
Don't know who you were, you little sneaky bastards. You hung around.
Well, even racists enjoy entertaining YouTube videos.
I'm glad it was none of the core people because we're not missing anybody.
No,
right.
No, it's the same old here, man. These are those little troll bastards that are in my comment section that start shit. You know, they're like, that's the last straw. I'm out of here.
That's it.
Start the pickup.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Weak ass. But anyway, yeah, guys. So go read a book. That's the end. So do you got time, Ronnie, for one more? We're gonna knock it out. Mia, you good?
Sure thing. As long as my internet keeps up.
Your internet's holding up, and they're still popping off out here. These goddamn fireworks, man. They are popping. So yeah, the next one we're gonna do, guys, is the Private Donors Fund, South Dakota National Guard troops. I got a lot to say about this shit.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's see if we can change some minds. What's up next on the low, Mia?
Okay, next we're going to be talking about how a private donor is sending funds to South Dakota so they can send National Guard troops down to the Texas border. This is happening in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Governor Noem announced she is sending 50 members of the South Dakota National Guard to Texas to help secure the border. The move comes after Texas Governor Greg Abbott asked for help. While governors do send help to other states, the announcement is unusual in that the deployment will be paid for by a billionaire Republican donor. If President Biden won't secure the border and stop the crime that's affecting our state, then we will, Noem said in a video clip on her Twitter page. It's unclear when and exactly where the South Dakota National Guard members will be deployed in Texas. In her initial statement, the governor indicated the deployment would last somewhere between 1 to 2 months.
Biden didn't like that. They're coming.
Goddamn Antifa.
No, it's that FBI. It's the FBI with that statement you made earlier, boy.
My bad. That's my bad. I invited him to the room.
It's all over for you, boys. Let's see. Her initial statement. Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Republican governors from Arkansas, Florida, Nebraska, and Iowa have all committed to sending law enforcement officers or National Guard troops for border security. And at this point, it appears South Dakota is the only state using private funding. The money specifically comes from a foundation run by Tennessee billionaire Willis Johnson, who founded Copart, an international auto salvage company, and the author of a book titled Junk to Gold. Man, that is the weirdest billionaire. Okay.
Sounds like Pillow Guy to me.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
these guys, strange money people. At this point, it appears South Dakota. Oh, I already said that. Willis told Killola News he's considering giving money to Texas and Florida, but decided they are bigger states and had enough money. So he reached out to South Dakota. Let's talk about it from there.
It's a cheaper buy-off, is what he meant to say.
Pretty much.
Guys, I'm not sure this is even constitutionally legal. Once you have a private citizen hiring the state military, that's no longer we call those mercenaries. Like
mercenaries.
Our National Guard is not mercenaries.
When they send mercenaries into places overseas to do dirty shit that they don't want the army to be accused of.
Right.
Well, it looks like they're going for a loophole. Federal law would prohibit donors from directly subsidizing federal military activities, but it does not govern funding of state National Guard units. So, while obviously, ethically speaking, it's probably not something that was ever intended to be allowed to happen, it's not specifically prohibited. Kind of like a dog playing basketball.
Good point.
Yeah.
Well, Airbud, but good point.
And DJL says Mercs hide troops on the ground. Yeah, I'm very curious. So me as a military guy, I don't give a fuck what they say. I'm not going to our border because some fucking rich dickhead in Tennessee says so.
Right.
Fuck you. I'm out. Now, I understand that most people in the military are there because of financial reasons. I understand you got to do what you got to do to live. I'm not in that group. Luckily, I'm actually got a job, so I'm happy about that. But damn it, man, you got to draw a line somewhere. And to have here's the thing. They have no legal precedence in that state. And it said in that article, too, that they're there to be focused on observing and reporting. So they're being fucking hall monitors, like flashlight cops.
Right. On our performative, 100% performative. There's nothing they can do.
What can 50 people do on the border? It's like 3,000-mile border. It's the dumbest thing. I'm going to say like 50 are the best. Get the fuck out of here.
It's like what Crystal said somewhere up there. She said because 50 untrained troops are going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
50 untrained National Guard troops are going to make a huge difference.
Huge. I know. And yet, and just like DJ Elf said, we still got troops overseas we're talking about bringing back, and we're going to deploy them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem with other governors helping out other people's states when there's a crisis, right? Mm-hmm. Even though I don't agree with this crisis, the border is really a crisis. It's just it's a false flag type of thing, which I don't like using that term, but this truly is. But to have the problem is when it's privately funded.
Mm-hmm. That's the only
problem I have with this. Yep. It's unconstitutional. I think it's illegal. I don't give a shit about state loopholes. We all know that sounds like bullshit. It don't pass the bullshit smell test.
Right.
Smells
he
like
shouldn't
shit.
Be allowed to use his money to do that. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable.
It should make everyone along that border uncomfortable too.
Yes. It makes Democratic State Senator Reynold Nasiba uncomfortable as well.
Right.
He says members of the National Guard are not mercenaries, like Boyce said earlier. And he also says it appears to him that the deployment is for partisan political purposes.
Of course. Just creating a narrative.
Yep.
He's right.
Just creating a narrative. Well, if y'all won't send troops, we will. You dumbasses couldn't even keep a biker rally under control.
So what do you think the outcome of that is going to be?
Nothing. It's pure bullshit. Those people ain't going nowhere. There's no way in hell 50 actual U.S. Guard troops are going to be sent down there with a private person's paying for it. You're asking for lawsuits out your ass if you do that.
Oh yeah.
Let those people go shoot one person on that border.
Do you guys want to hear what the billionaire said?
Oh, I'd love
his explanation of the phone call. I thought, I will call Kristi Noem. I gave her a call and tell her what I'd do. She said, well, let me go to legal and see what we can do. And she got back and her legal department said, okay. And my legal department, my accountant and my legal counsel, my attorney aide, if they say it's okay, then it's okay.
Clearly.
Then they got back with me. And if you do the donation, then we have to, by law, we have to tell them who donated the money. I said, that's okay. I don't care. So they did. And then it happened. This guy's a thinker.
Yeah. These people I pay to tell me yes, sir, are saying yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Fucking the thought process. Well, if they said it's okay, it must be perfectly legal. Like, again, like I said, if this happens.
Do we know how he became a billionaire? Do we have any info on how he?
I wish
he sells
auto salvage,
international auto salvage, and he wrote a book called Junk to Gold.
He's a junkyard millionaire. He's a thief.
Gotcha.
In other words,
Gotcha.
He's the pillow guy of the junkyard.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, fuck the pillow guy too. While we're at it,
man, oh man.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Ross Perot actually led a free POWs mission. That's cool. In person. Oh, well, he was actually boots on the ground kind of guy. Yeah, cool.
Boots on the ground.
I like Ross Perot, man.
Yeah.
He was the weirdo Bernie version of Bernie before he's Bernie.
Before Bernie was Bernie.
Yeah, man. And
I like Ross Perot.
He threw that money around, man. And he's like, I don't need none of your damn money. I'm gonna get on stage and kick your ass, you know. And think about this, guys. He's as close to, if you think about Bernie and Yang, Ross Perot was both of them. He talked like Bernie. He's very revolutionary, but he brought up a damn whiteboard, if you will, at the time. It's called paper and markers. A little piece of paper. He drew shit out and wrote. He had all these things written down. He did like a, what do you call that? A deck, like a slideshow on paper way back when.
Old school PowerPoint.
That's right, man. So he was kind of like this cool thing. He actually, if you think about it, he's a cross between all three of these son bitches. Money, which equals power and influence, revolutionary, and he's a nonpartisan. He ran as an independent like Bernie, but he did slideshows like Yang. You know, like, oh man, I liked him. I wish I could have voted for him. I wasn't old enough yet.
I wasn't either. I like the impression of him that was done on All That, though. That was fun.
All that. You brought up All That. Holy crap.
And
do you have the Paramount Plus app?
Is there? I don't know. Nope.
Paramount Plus has like all the old Nickelodeon shows. And
I have no idea what that was. I'm old, guys. I'm Gen X.
Download the Paramount Plus app. You'll thank me later.
But yeah, so I just think that if this actually even happens, which I'm very skeptical that happens. Let's just play devil's advocate. They're boots on the ground. There's 50 people. Mm-hmm. We're gonna secure like 50 miles. Like,
they're not even going to secure 50 miles. They're going to watch people cross the border and then tell on them.
They're gonna be some snitches, like some bitches.
She said, and then tell on them. Yeah, that's accurate.
What are you doing here? I'm a border snitch. Locked and loaded. I got my CB radio. There's a couple more brown fellers running. Go get them, boy. You know, like, what the fuck's going on here, man? So let's just say, worst case scenario, they actually go there. And let's say they actually are, you know, if you go there, you're probably trigger happy as it is. Some of these motherfuckers, right? Then you see something happening. Who's to say that someone doesn't get popped? I'm telling you, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Wouldn't the billionaire be liable in that sense?
That's the problem. We don't know, which I would say yes, because you funded it.
Yes,
that's why
they are there because of you.
Yeah, and the U.S. government can't be sued by the citizens. That's why they have this thing set up that way, so they can't be sued for liable.
Yep.
Private citizen though. So I think that this guy will be a fool to do this because he's going to set himself up for a huge lawsuits. I'm okay with that, but I don't want to see people lose their lives to prove my point.
Exactly. All I know is, wow. This was a bad idea.
Yes.
Yes.
That phone call was a perfect phone call, though.
It was perfect. Okay.
It was the perfect.
Yes.
It was the best phone call. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen phone calls before, but this one was the phone call. If you ever want to see a phone call, watch the one I just did.
If you see a phone call, you can see it with your ears. Okay, it's like see things with your ears.
The conversation was immaculate. It was an immaculate conversation.
But yeah, so we have this private Trump wannabe making a phone call to a U.S. representative. Like, how is that possible? Like, I know they get those calls. I can't call this motherfucker up. Hey, Miss Gnome, I'm Boyce. I want to send one person to Texas. That's all I can float.
It shows what
I want to send Jimmy. He seems excited.
Seems how influential that money is. It's that money.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
That right there just shows the influence of money.
What do you think I can get sent to the border for a gallon of milk?
How about this? I'm gonna send troops down there to get us some fucking insulin for cheap. How about that? Hello.
Crystal says they don't even have to kill anyone. Just a car accident could be problematic. Lawsuit. If the owner of the other car is willing to sue for damages. Yeah.
Hell yes. Yeah, man. So I think this is a huge legal, smorgasbord of problems. And it's something. There's anything that rich people hate is the idea of a lawsuit. Because you're coming for their pocket. That's what it hurts them most.
Yeah.
And they might back off their principles are very flimsy at that point. It might cost me. I'll pay to send them. I ain't going to court.
I do need to wrap up here. I am so sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, it's 10:30. We went an hour and a half, guys.
Okay, so let us know what you guys think about that comment section. Do you think it's A, legal? Do you think it's B, constitutional? Do you think it's C, moral? Which, of course, probably not. If you're watching this, I would think you don't see it. But nonetheless, let us know what you guys think about that in the comment section. While you're here, get a video like, hit the subscribe button if you've done it before, ring notification bell, get updates for upcoming videos. Go set your alarms on Read My Lips. That's what's up. He does daily shit every day.
YouTube, Read My Lips, news and politics. Most of the people I see in the comment section are a lot of them already watch my videos, but if you just so happen to not, go check it out. I promise you won't be disappointed. If you like it and you dig what I'm saying, subscribe.
For sure. But yeah, guys, so thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. And like always, go read a fucking book, will you?
Read a book.
Bam. Yeah, good point. Our troops are not security guards, exactly.
I really gotta run, guys.
Okay,
Sorry.
see you. Thanks.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, Ronnie, I appreciate you joining us, man.
You already know, brother.
I know you've been out there grinding. So no, I remember talking to you about your store and how it was just you and one other person, and
now I have two people. Now it's me and two people.
Life is good.
It's me and two people. Boys, here's the issue. They saw we can run it with less watch every one of them running.
That's what's up, man.
I appreciate that, Bobby.
Yeah.
They see we can run the store with less staff now, right? And so that's what they've been having us do. And then when we bring it up, we're like, can you just give us 15 more hours so I can hire somebody even 15 hours? Like, well, that will cost the company all around $6 million to, and I get it, right? Right? Like, I get what you're saying, but Jesus Christ, like.
Well, hey, you know what you do? You say, okay, then I'm going to save you that $6 million. Give me 3 of it.
Yeah.
I'll do both jobs.
Yeah.
If it's worth that much, give me some more.
Yep. Yep.
Come on, man.
Yep.
Come on.
But, again, I can't use that as an excuse. With Dame Drops, if you ever get the chance, I think his Netflix show is Fresh, Fried, and Crispy. But he's a huge YouTuber. He gave me the idea for Read My Lips. His channel's got 1.5 million views.
D-A-Y-M?
D-A-Y-M.
Oh, D-A-Y-M.
And then Drops.
Gotcha.
And I actually have pictures of him and I.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one.
Actually, Burger King chicken sandwich versus Popeye's chicken sandwich. It's the same sandwich, guys.
Yeah.
Owned by the same company.
He's the one.
They're both owned by the same people. Burger King and Popeyes are owned by the same people.
I don't know if you can see it on the, but look, It's him and
You and him. He got a legit beard too, man.
his beard is overshadowing my beard. I gotta keep it a buck.
And it has a shadow.
But he literally came because he's from Connecticut. He came into the store and yelled at me, like, "Bro, what are you doing? Get back on it."
Yeah, where the hell you at, man?
Yeah, what are you doing? You got almost 4K subscribers and you just stopping?
Yeah. Carl says, what do you do for work?
I'm a manager. I manage a high-end clothing store.
Yep, retail.
Mm-hmm.
Serpent's back in the house. Yes.
What's going on, Serpent?
Steelberry is one of my regulars here, of course. Von's always in the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So that's kind of like this is what we do on Sunday nights. We get usually 3 to 4 articles.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the intro, pitch to Mia. She talks about it, and then we kind of go back and forth. We ask for other people's opinions, wrap that shit up, go read a fucking book, call it a night. Next one, just bang, 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 bang. And so then on Monday morning, I go to work. I get home from work. I start making clips for every day. Bam, 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 bam. I schedule them out. Then I load them up. Just so you guys know, let me show you guys what's up, man. Let me see here. Oh, that's our Google Doc. Bam. Let's go back. I've actually built a calendar, which is pretty cool. But there it is. Ronnie's back. I got you back in there. I'm back on it, brother.
I think my thumbnails are pretty fire too. All right.
Yeah, we definitely got a consistent theme. You got your own little design. As you guys can see, I keep it simple. Bam, bam.
I appreciate that.
Clean. But yeah, this is the whole point of Trickle Up is letting people know you're back.
Yes. I think it's been more than a month too, maybe a month and a half. Like it doesn't seem like that, but it has been.
It flies, man.
Yeah,
it definitely does. But something else I'm looking into is I'm trying to work on this calendar here. So the idea, this is today. Tomorrow we're interviewing this candidate. So I'd like to do in the future is have all of us be able to go in here and say, okay, these are my lives that are scheduled, and people can kind of find out who everyone is doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I want this to be the Netflix of politics. So if they want to know what's up, they can come on the calendar. It's like, bam, oh, hey, Ronnie's going, boom. He's going to go live on this channel. He's going to go live on that channel. He's going to go live himself. Or your videos, they're looking for your current videos. They'll be on the news tab. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We can cross-reference. We got TikTok people, YouTubers, and a lot of fun people, man. There's some good people.
Yes, no, absolutely. Again, I really respect how far you've come with the Trickle Up,
dude. It's been a grind, man.
And I mean, the Yang Gang, the people that watch the videos, for me to have been gone for several months, and for me to be welcomed back with open arms, like you don't find that everywhere. You know what I mean? You don't find that everywhere.
Bro. People cut that umbilical cord and say, "Good luck."
Yep, and move on to the next.
You have abandoned us.
Yeah.
We will replace you. But that's the thing on YouTube. We're all replaceable on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
You fuck around, people will drop your ass like a bad habit.
Quick.
Like when Yang dropped out of the presidential one, I lost like 70 subs, or 170 subs in like that week. Nobody gave a shit.
Wait,
on the Mindful Skeptics channel. 170 people unsubbed as soon as he dropped out of the presidential race, which is mostly just conservatives and trolls accounts,
Here's what's weird for me. When he dropped out of the race, nobody was unsubbing for me. I saw Paget was saying it. I think Russell was saying, everybody was saying it. They didn't unsub for me, which I was like waiting for it. I was like bracing for impact. It didn't really happen.
I definitely did, man. I saw it immediately. And then when Yang dropped out of the mayoral one, I lost like another 30. Just like people don't give a shit.
Well, it's like we were talking about before we went live. The YouTube algorithm is very specific, especially for my channel. Again, like I did a video, something different, and I mean it did abysmal, right? But if I do something Yang, I know around the minimum of what it's going to do. The last video I dropped, the Shikari, like that shit, that did not do well. Did not like that shit.
The fact that you use that word abysmal shows that you watch Kyle Kalinske.
I wasn't even thinking that.
That's one of his. It's abysmal. He always said that. I love it. I want to work on my impression of Kyle Kalinske. He does that whole, the stupid thing he always does.
Yeah.
I like him. John Munitz. Yeah, I've talked to John, but what about? Like, he has a thing he's doing, but he's doing some other shit. His website is more like a bunch of people that are volunteers that write articles. I was trying to do that, but it's not my specialty. I'm more the video guy. I like YouTube and the other stuff and making content like this. Carnage, man, you're a real one. But yeah, just so you guys know, man, Ronnie, I gotta come up to the northeast again. I gotta come see you, man.
Yeah,
I was in New York for a week, brother, and we loved it.
So you were the, you know what? Nell was mad at me too. He wanted me to come. I couldn't, but
yeah.
You had a good time. Like you got into some shit and saw some things.
First of all, I fell in love with the city, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I really enjoyed New York. So it's a fickle thing, though. It's also some of the most saddest shit I've ever seen. With the homelessness, man. It was the saddest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think
so bad.
I mentioned it in one of my videos. The brown man. He doesn't want me to say his name. The brown man, and he's telling me about the homelessness in New York and like how he was there with his wife and like how they were kind of getting like, I don't want to use the word harassed, but like it was very uncomfortable situations and stuff like that. And it's not an easy subject. You saw Yang didn't articulate it exactly how people wanted, and they got on his ass for that. So
yeah,
but the brown man makes a point. Like it is something that needs to be addressed, fixed, bettered. Like I'm not sure exactly how to tackle that, but it is a sad thing to see.
Dude, it was traumatizing, man. Like, I don't know, man. I see these people and I'm like, fuck.
Right.
Dude laying on the ground like the sidewalk with no shirt on, like laying bare skin on his back, either asleep, passed out, or overdosing, or dead. Don't know.
And people are just walking.
Excuse me, sir.
Man,
and he's like in the fucking walkway, man. We saw a dude lay down in the middle of the street of New York City. Lay down, he started yelling. Rah!
See?
I'm like, what the fuck? You know,
but when Yang says this needs to be addressed, so all right, let's just I may have to cut this part out and make a video on this because seriously, he got a lot of heat for this.
I can send you this whole thing. You can make a clip out of anything you want. I'll send you the whole file. Yeah, I will.
Please.
Because so you go ahead, you make a clip.
People tourists visit New York, right? Now what you just described to me, right? If tourists come to New York and they see that, they're gonna be like, oh, we're not coming back. Then what he was saying wasn't necessarily insensitive. Maybe he could have worded it better, but you're literally describing to me what he's talking about. And it's sad that to see people like that. It's sad that they ended up in that scenario, and I want them to be helped.
Yeah, man. There were so many empty storefronts. There were so many trash on the streets. Good Lord. It stunk. Like some spots, just all the trash is sitting out there for a minute. But at the same time, some of the best food I ever had. I have a new favorite meal now.
What's the new favorite meal?
Vindaloo lamb from the Indian joint. It was the shit. Vindaloo is like there's spicy, then there's curry, then there's vindaloo. And even when I got the vindaloo, the dude was like, "Oh no, vindaloo, very spicy, very, 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 very spicy." I'm like, I like it. And he goes,
Did he make you sign a waiver?
No. Hey, but I did catch those motherfuckers watching me eat it. They're like,
hey, look, this guy's actually.
Like, hey, man, look.
Yeah,
I had my towel. I'm like, woof. It was spicy, but it had flavor.
Right.
The rice, it was like a stew too. You could pour that shit on the rice.
Wow.
And had the what do you call it? The garlic buttered naan bread.
You know, I've always been that guy. I'm weird. Like I'll go to sleep watching like the Travel Channel, like old Andrew Zimmerman and Anthony Bourdain videos. They were traveling the world
Bourdain, dude,
eating all this exotic food, and like what you just described, like pouring the sauce on the right. Like I can watch that and go to sleep to it. Like I love watching shit like that.
No, but I would go back to New York in a heartbeat. I feel after a week straight, I felt like I could find my way around the city on the subway, no problem.
Okay.
Like I understood it. Plus, I have a compass on my phone, which is nice. I was like, okay, this train's going east, that one's going west. We need to go on the east train. So like it helped us not get on the wrong fucking train. So we did that a couple times. Like, oh shit, get off the next track, jump up, run across the street, jump on the other side, and go back. But it felt like we're more familiar with it. And like after 1 week, I started getting comfortable. I was like, okay, you know what? I told my girlfriend, I was like, hey, if I took a 3 to 6 month job here for physical therapy, would you do it? And she's like, that's a long time. I was like, it is, man. What if we went out to like Queens or something? Stayed in Queens, away from the city, but still cool neighborhoods and shit. And then I could just take the train in, take the 7. Like so I still remember the lines, the 7 train.
So you don't mind taking the train. I'm so used to driving. Drive.
Public transit. I love it.
Okay.
Yep. Like I said, I'm trying to work on making my own little oops, sorry about that. Damn, that's loud. You hear that? Holy shit. Rattle my windows. I live like 100 feet from a lake, so all the lake people with all the money are bumping their shit out there right now. My goodness. But yeah, man, like I love the city. I love the hustle. I love seeing people. I get energized from large crowds. My girlfriend does not. Like we went to Times Square and shit at night.
Yeah,
it was happening.
I could have
bought all the weed in the world I wanted to. It was ridiculous.
Large crowds don't really do it for me either, to be quite honest.
I love it.
When I was younger, yes. As I've gotten older, I'm just like, there's too many motherfuckers.
Like I remember when I was in Iowa for Yangapalooza, there was like 1,200 people inside that little enclosed area for that little concert he had.
Yep.
That's my jam right there. Like in the fucking crowd, shoulder to shoulder. I had my little extended tripod with the camera above it, motherfucker, just looking at my camera like, okay, is this
how close were you?
To the stage? I was like I could touch it.
Okay.
Like I just at an angle off to the side because Matt was off on one side, I was on the other side. So we had dual live streams going so people could see both angles they wanted to. And people did do that. He said I had your guys' stuff up so I could kind of see the angles.
Right.
And I was like, that's cool, man. Yeah, Matt put in a lot of work in New York, man.
Matt put in a lot of work in general.
Yeah. Well, he
to the point where Adams was calling him out.
He's gonna sue him.
Yeah, I had to drop that video. Like,
fucked up.
That was fucked up. Meanwhile, Adams was doing the same thing with a guy who had like 80,000 subscribers. So,
yep.
Like, talk about hypocritical.
They phony as shit, bro.
Phony as shit. Dude's phony.
I got speaking of someone that's non-phony. Paperboy Prince blew my mind.
Yes, yeah.
That kid is good people, man. He crazy as hell, but I love him. He has some wild outfits on and shit, but he's coming from the heart, man. I love it. But for me, the bigger the crowd, the better. I love it. Like we was in Chicago. This is when Matt would like just get into like going out in front of people, like live streaming it more regularly. We was in Chicago. And he was up top, and he had 2 cameras. He had one live that he had like sitting there, and he's gonna walk around his other one. And he's like, "Man, I need someone to help me." I like just yell at people, say, "Hey, man, I need a camera." He's like, "Oh no, I ain't want." Matt is an introvert, like he's very introverted. So I said, "Oh, I got you." I ran down those stairs to the front of this auditorium. I just yelled, "Hey, anybody will be a cameraman? Matt up there." Hey, thanks, right there. See Matt? Matt, wave your hand. He's like, Oh yeah, right there with the beard. That's Matt right there, man. Matt needs your help, man. I was like, sure, man. He goes, hey, I like to eat my kind of myself. You know, like, hey, I know you. I like your channel. You know, like people want to help any way they can.
Absolutely.
So just speak up. And he didn't like that shit. But I don't give a damn. Like, I don't meet strangers. You're just I just consider people new acquaintances, you know.
Potential friend.
Absolutely, man. Like that's my thing though, man. Like I talk to strangers on the subway. I don't give a damn. That's just how my girlfriend's just like talking to these people.
You'll fit in. I feel like I was gonna say earlier, you seem like you'll fit into New York really
Oh yeah.
well.
Yeah, I like the big cities. I like Chicago too. We just need a high speed rail. I'd be in New York probably once a month. I ain't gonna lie.
It was interesting though when I was covering the Yang mayoral run. You can tell the people that weren't for Yang, they were like, "Well, you're not from here, so it doesn't even matter."
Yeah.
I can't cover it over there. I'm sorry, I didn't know I can only Connecticut based.
Yeah.
So I got to cover things in Connecticut.
You'd rather no one cared. Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. You claim to be the center of everything, yet you don't want us to talk about.
You don't want us to talk about it. Right.
If we agree with you,
yes, talk about it. Talk about it. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Eat a bag. But yeah, it's wild though, man. So like, if you ever have Sundays available, let us know. We'll definitely have you back on here anytime you want, man. Sundays.
Yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this a couple times. I'm thinking I should do it with Russell a couple times a month, and I should do it with you guys a couple times a month.
Yeah,
that way everybody's happy. And
bring Russell. We can bring Russell here too.
Russell on.
Yeah.
Dude's got great energy. He's so
dude. Russell will always have a special place in my heart. He's the first Yang I met in person in Detroit, Michigan.
For me, it was the first video of mine that went, I don't want to say viral, but it like blew, like where I saw like crazy numbers, because I did a video called Yang Converts Republican. I had no idea who Russell was at the time. I just did a video on that. Mm-hmm. And it was when Russell was getting interviewed, and everything he was saying, I was like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, right. And he identified as Republican. So yeah, I did that video, and it took off from there. I want to say a week later, him and I are talking to each other, and they were like, "Yo, dude, we got to do a live face to face." Because at the time, I was really pro Bernie. I was going from pro Bernie, right? And I was like going to Yang because I'm a push you over the edge to Yang. Watch. And so that was our first live stream. It was dope.
Yeah, man, he's good people. Cause I didn't know there was a Yang gang when I started. Like it was technically it was before there was one. Mm-hmm. Like as far as an organized group of people. Yep. My first video was on February 10th, 2019. I'll never forget that day. Because in 2020, February 11th, he dropped out.
Right.
So on February 10th, I was like, my guys, this is 1 year. The next year 2 is going to be a motherfucker. Let's go. I can't wait. He dropped out the next day. And I was like, bitch. So February 10th to February 11th. That's my Yang story right there. 1 year and 1 day. But I didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stop. But him and the presidential. But yeah, man. So like I was doing my shit. Then I was like trying to find other Yang channels. So I looked up Andrew Yang, and then I had to go in the filters and all that shit to find channels. And all I found was Problem Solver Politics.
I remember Problem Solver.
They covered some of his stuff early on. Mm-hmm. There was no Paget. There was no Russell. Nerds was out by then. In like March. And
Nerd then was working for YouTube at the time.
Yeah. He created the YouTube Creator Studio. Like,
yeah.
He knows his shit. Dude, he went to Harvard, bro.
I didn't know he went to. Well, he's a smart motherfucker. I'm not surprised.
He's got a fucking doctorate in whatever the fuck he does, man. Harvard. He's a tech guy, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I'm going to let you know, man, because I actually reached out to Tom. I want to reach out to Matt. And then you and me are pretty much the only ones making consistent Yang shit of any sort.
Yep.
I'm gonna talk to them guys. See if I want to do like a Yang YouTuber kind of thing to say, okay, where you guys at? Where's your direction? What's channel your direction going?
We should do this because I've spoke to Matt. Maybe I can count on one hand. Like he retweets and shares. And New Year's yep. was a great day.
I've never been so fucking jealous of I wanted to be there so bad.
New Year's was amazing.
I wanted to come so bad.
I interviewed because I think CNN was there and MSNBC. They interviewed me there. They never released that footage. But besides that day, like it was a crazy day. But like he retweets me here and there. Obviously, I've spoken to you quite a bit. Tom from Nerds, I've spoken to quite a bit, but I've never been on the same panel with all of us at the same time.
That's what I want to do because Paget's out. She's talking about aliens and energy and all kinds of shit now.
I still get notifications from her, but I see it's not Yang centric.
No, it's all about like energy or stuff,
Mm.
you know, and more woo woo kind of things I don't get down with. But I still watch her live. Just I go in her comments, say, "Hey, Paget, what up, miss ya?" You know, yeah, Russell and Elissa is doing the storage locker thing. That's cool. Kai's doing his own thing on TikTok. Huge shit on TikTok.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just want to get the ones that are still doing it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I want to get us together and do a little catch up. And but yeah, I don't know, man. It's we just gotta do something. We gotta have a game plan. I can't not do anything.
Right.
It's not in me. I'm a busybody, man.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. And definitely if you're not on TikTok, you should be. I'm telling you.
I mean, I have a TikTok. It took me a while. Like I was like, this is for kids. I'm not getting TikTok. And eventually I got it. But I'm not active on it. But I probably should.
You should get active on it, man. I'm telling you, I've had more virality on there. I've had one video get 250K.
Wow.
And I was like, what? I had to turn off my notification. Like, what the fuck? Trying to go to sleep. It's like constantly. And I'm telling you, you should also, this is my advice for you, is make clips of your channel to put on Instagram Reels. Less than 30 seconds, traffic. Instagram Reels, bro, is viral. Like I had, let me think here. Where'd it go?
It just shows how our attention span is now.
30 seconds, dude.
It just shows how short our attention span is now.
It's terrible. But yeah, if I did one about Juneteenth, dude. Juneteenth in Brooklyn. That was the shit.
I can imagine.
I was so thankful to be there when Joe Biden made a federal holiday and it was the next day, and I'm in Brooklyn. And my girlfriend, her family's Ugandan. Okay. And so like we went to the Juneteenth celebration in Brooklyn and it was celebrating Black owned businesses and trying to stimulate that. Then there's like a panel discussion of 4 entrepreneurs. I went there and videotaped that whole damn thing. I made clips on my channel too of that stuff. I got to talk to them afterwards. Super good people, man. But yeah, I made a thing about Juneteenth, 1,300 views. Another about Marjorie Taylor Greene, 1,400 views almost. And then one about, I interviewed a virologist. Like she worked on the COVID-19 vaccine.
Yep.
Did a Q&A with her that got 1,600 views just on Instagram Reels. Just a little bullshit, little 30 seconds.
That's on Instagram, not on TikTok. That's on Instagram.
No, TikTok's, yeah, so I have a separate one for that. Yeah, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,500. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some moments there. And same thing for TikTok. Like on TikTok, you can go live after 1,000, what do we call that? What is it called? Followers.
Yep.
I can't keep track of this bullshit. So just like I started being a little more consistent on TikTok maybe like a month ago, 2 months ago at the most.
It all helps with the bigger picture, it sounds like. Yeah.
Well, and like I said, I've gathered a new people that don't know nothing about Yang, like aren't Yang people, but they're political activists, they're outspoken progressives. Like I said, you saw earlier, you had the guy's name, Hot Sauce Leftist. He's from Louisiana. Yep. And we have the other guy, Matt. He is Mute the Media. He is from California, from Sacramento. We got Cheyenne. We have a guy. You ever watch The Handmaid's Tale?
Yes, I did watch that series. Okay. Not the last season.
So there's the blonde-haired lady that's the handmaid. Her husband was this light-skinned guy with like a beard.
Okay.
This dude looks exactly like him. I was like, yo, Handmaid's Tale. He's like, no, I've heard it. Nope. Yeah, we've got some really, really good people. Kitty is another one. But yeah, TikTok's just another place to find activists, man. And I've had a few videos get taken down there, though. The MAGA people are a little more triggered there.
What community guideline did you break?
I don't know. They don't even tell you half the time. Like bullying and harassing, it says, or threatening violence or some shit.
Oh, wow.
Because like on TikTok, if I make a video and someone comments and makes a stupid fucking comment,
Mhm.
then I can click on their comment and make a video about their comment. And that shit's like, right. I say, look at my brain damaged patient here in my comment section. Troll the fuck out of them, you know.
Yeah.
It's fun, but they get triggered, man. They'll mass report you. Like Mute the Media had almost 100,000 followers, and they mass reported him and got him taken down. He's on 3.0 now. Like he's been taken down 3 times.
That's crazy.
They some bitches.
I would be really fucking annoyed.
Yeah, dude, it is. It's silly. And I got them. They exist. They exist. But I'm telling you what, though. Let me see if I can find this video of Andrew. I can't remember. I put this motherfucker up. It was so fun to see his energy. I know damn well he didn't have it. You know, he didn't have the energy, but he was still there, bippity bopping, and man, it was fucking great. Let me see if I can get this up here. Andrew was cutting the rug, man. I ain't gonna lie. What the hell is this? No, wrong one. There. But I'm gonna try and find this little. I'm not sure if I made a whole video of this or it's just on. No, I don't know where the hell I put it. I must put on. Huh. Yeah, the one of Andrew dancing was just the best.
Yang be killing it. He be
Hey.
on New Year's, he was killing it.
He was talking his shit. And I liked it.
Well, we got to wrap it up, brother.
All right, bro. Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock.
See, we were doing it again. We were about to do it again.
6 hours. Let's go.
We were about to do it again. Jeez.
No, but hey, just, you know, we're hooked back up again. So if you got something going, hey, let Russell know too. I commented in your thread as I had like that Russell come on too, man. You know, like
absolutely.
But it can't be all janky and shit, you know. It can't be like, you know, walk around the yard like, hey man, what's up, bro?
But isn't that so like that's I feel like that's old school Russell. Like
yeah.
Him and his wife walking around like,
on his pride. He's like,
yeah.
All right, listen, Yang Gang, listen.
What kind of bullshit?
Yeah. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a Yangocrat.
I'm a Yangocrat. The broke folk vote.
That's right, man. He's the one started the whole.
Yep. That was him.
Like I said,
damn, I remember that.
He's a brother forever to me because he's the first Yang Gang that I reached out to on their channel. And his comments said, "Hey, here's my phone number.
Yep.
Here's my email. Hit me up, man."
Yep.
And he said, "I'm coming to Detroit." I was like, "I'll see you there, motherfucker." And there's this country motherfucker with a tank top on in Detroit. There he is. There he is. You know.
Good
but yeah, Russell's good people, man. But yeah, man, we'll hook up again. Talk to Russ, and we'll see what's going on. We'll double back around, man.
All right.
All right, guys, go check it out. Read my lips for sure. All right, guys.